So I got the bins out because this weekend I'm going to be doing two things with the truck for the first time. First, I'm going to be going to an off-road park on the western side of Minnesota in Appleton. And then we're going to camp that night. And I haven't camped in like over 4 years, so it should be a good time. Now I've separated what I need into two bins, with the red cover bin being kind of my recovery gear, and the yellow bin being my camping stuff at this point. Well, I wanted to take some time here and go through what I've got in the bins. And I want you guys to leave a comment if there's something that I'm missing or something that I have but I don't really need. Or also leave a comment if there's something that you think I should have that makes your experience in camping or off-roading much more enjoyable. So first, when I decided to go camping, I knew that I probably had to upgrade my tent. I had an old Coleman tent that I packed on the motorcycle, small, and it was probably a good 10 years old. And I hadn't opened it in like 3 years, and when I did, I knew it was time to replace it. It had mold, it had a couple small tears. It was just time to upgrade. So I went online and looked at the Gazelle tent, which always kind of intrigued me, and I found a great deal at Joe's Sporting Goods in Minnesota here. And I picked up the T4, and this thing has room for days. It should be a pleasant place to stay, whether we're staying one night or staying a week. Plenty of room for me, plenty of room for my stuff, plenty of room for a couple people just to sit and enjoy if the bugs are really bad or if it's raining. So here's a few pictures of the Gazelle tent that I took a few days ago when I put it up for the first time. I just tried to put it up now, and it is super windy out, and it kind of took off on me. So you'll just have to live with the pictures, and trust me, it's a really nice tent. I'm really happy with it. So the other thing I got to go with the tent is right here. This is a cot. And there's actually room for 2 cots in the tent, and it's pretty roomy, so that's pretty nice. I got this for, I don't know, $60 or something like that, and it was at Fleet Farm. So again, a good purchase, and better than sleeping on the ground, that's for sure. Well, like I said before, the yellow bin is my camping stuff, so I thought I'd open up, take a look first. We got a tarp, which will be my base layer to keep the moisture from getting under the tent. I guess it's the footprint, but I didn't buy a true footprint. I figure a tarp will do. Then I picked up, let's see, so the top coffee pot, gotta have one of those. And now next up I've got a poncho, which I had back when I was riding motorcycles. I kept it in the saddlebag. I figured I'd just throw it in here just in case I need it or if somebody else needs it. Can't hurt. This is some of the stakes that I had with the old tent. I figured I'd probably keep these for backups in case I lose them or break the other ones I have, or if somebody else needs them. Can't hurt to have a few extra. Garbage bags. You can't go wrong with garbage bags. I figure that's important to have. So one thing I picked up recently was a new Coleman stove. Really happy with it. I tried it out the other day. It works really well. I had one a long time ago, and I never ended up using it, and I ended up getting rid of it. So I kind of regret that. But this one is actually a little smaller than that one, and pretty impressive. I like it. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. So with that also comes propane. I've got a couple small propane tanks. It's going to be 90 this weekend, but I'm also going to keep the hand warmers in here just because it won't always be 90 in the fall. So I'll just keep them in here, and if I need them, I need them. I won't need them this weekend, though, that's for sure. One of the things I do know I'm going to have a lot of is bugs this weekend. I've got a head net that I've used a couple times, and I'm sure this may be a saver for out setting things up and the gnats are really bad or the mosquitoes are really bad. Worth having. And with that, bug repellent. You gotta have that as well. So one thing I had that I had in the motorcycle and I didn't use very often, if at all I think, maybe I didn't use it at all, but it's a Stanley camp set. So inside this camp set, you've got obviously a pot. It's got some plates, little green plates that work. There's 2 of them here. And then I've got a spatula and a ladle that separate, and then they come together. So that'll be nice. Got a small little utility spoon thing, bottle opener, so that's handy to have. And then also inside of this are 2 bowls. So it's a pretty compact little kit for cooking. It should work just fine. Not sure how much cooking we'll do this weekend anyway, but it'll be definitely nice to have on some of the longer times that we're out on the trail or out at the camp. Here we got a little thing of matches. I'm sure I'll bring a lighter with as well, but can't go wrong with some Easy Light matches and a little bit of cotton there to get things going. Now this is something I use quite a bit on the motorcycle if we stayed at like a KOA campground at a camping cabin. This is a self-inflating air mattress, and you just open the valve and it slowly works its way to being full. It's not very thick, but it still provides a little bit of comfort if you're sleeping on the ground. And you can also blow into it too to speed the process up a little bit. In here is a camping chair. Small, compact, and definitely comfortable. And it's from, this one's from REI. I got it, I must have got this one about 6-7 years ago too. Very nice chair, and again small, and it works great on the motorcycle. It'll work great for this too. So last, I've got my sleeping bag. This rolls up into a pretty compact size. I can fit this into the saddlebag or into one of my dry bags I would put on the back of the motorcycle. And this sleeping bag is probably good for comfort to around 30 degrees or so, and that should be just enough for a fall day. And obviously this weekend being in the 90s, we'll see if I even need this at all. Well, this now brings me to the red bin. The red bin is where I keep my recovery gear. Take a look what's in there. First, I've got some gloves. Important to have some gloves. I also got a flashlight that has a flexible tube in it so that I can, you know, wrap it and hold it wherever I need to do it to get it to work. There it is. Not the brightest, but it works pretty well. We also got a small toolkit in here with the tools that I need. Toolkit. I've got some soft shackles. We need those at the off-road park this weekend. I've got a recovery strap here, which is brand new. I got that from Rhino, so if I need this, I'm ready to go. And then I also picked up at Harbor Freight another tow strap, but this is the kinetic one, so this will help get us unstuck too as well. I just want to make sure that we have what we need to get out of the mud if we get stuck. I don't have a winch yet, so that's coming. Finally, the last thing I've got in here is my air compressor, and it's the MaxTrax air compressor, and I picked it up at where did I get this at? Napa. This is the dual cylinder version, and it pumps up really quick. It's pretty fast. Really impressed with the speed on this thing, and then obviously it was affordable at like $110 compared to some of them that you see that are, you know, $300, $400, $500. This for the money seems to be well worth it, and the reviews were pretty good too. You can see other videos online about this specific air compressor, but for my needs, I think it's going to work just fine. Well, it's not necessarily a product review, but it is kind of a rundown of what I've got in my camping bin and in my recovery bin. I've also got a hatchet, which I didn't show you, but that'll be nice to have for breaking up some firewood, things like that. Again, leave a comment below of the things that you like to take along on a camping trip that makes it a more enjoyable experience. And then obviously, if there's something that you think that I should have, yeah, please leave a comment. That'd be great. I would appreciate that. Anyway, please give a like if you would, and subscribe. That'd be wonderful too. That helps me out. And I will see you guys down the road. Take it easy.